What's up, guys? It's your boys Woki back out with another Chris Watts video. And today's video is going to be a two-part kind of one, where at the beginning we're going to talk about how this case can be reopened if it were to go after NK. And then the second part is going to be, obviously, shocker, Chris wants out of prison. Who saw that coming? So we're going to look at all of this right here, right now. So before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel by hitting the wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you all so much for the love and support. We are trying to get to 100K, so if you have a moment to spare, subscribe, comment, like, and share, like I said. And then make sure you go over to this new YouTube channel that you guys sent it to me and I watched, but you guys found it is Patty Productions. This one is Chris Watts calls lawyer wants out enhanced audio. So we're gonna watch it together. But make sure you guys go over to his channel, give him some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. Link is in the description. Show the love where it is due for this person to make this video. And with that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing I wanted to look into, I've asked 3 of my lawyer friends. I was trying to get in contact with Omar as well, but I haven't got a response back. But the 3 lawyers that I have and I am friends with and just wanted to know about, can the case be reopened? Yes, it can. And obviously reasons of why it could open up is new evidence, procedural errors, and ineffective assistance of counsel. There's other ones that manifested injustice and so forth. You guys can see here the AI overview, but I went through this with them as well. I probably should get them on here and talk about it in front of you guys. But yes, it is possible to have a case reopened, a legal or let me rephrase that. Yes, it is possible to reopen a legally closed case, but it is not automatic and requires specific circumstances and legal procedures. A closed case can be reopened if there is a valid reason, such as discovery of new evidence, procedural errors, or to prevent a manifest injustice, which that is in some cases, if reopening is necessary to prevent a clear injustice, it can be done. Obviously, the legal procedures for reopening a case, motion of petition or petitions, which we've seen. They're online. There's like 42 petitions I've counted that state we want Chris or Nicole Kessinger to be looked at. We need to look into her as possibly involvement. And again, I have to say this for all educational purposes and entertainment purposes. These are speculations. It's not fact. Outlining of reasons. The motion can be clearly stated the reasons for reopening, that there is evidence. Response from opposing party. The opposing party has the opportunity to respond to the motion. A hearing may be scheduled where both sides can present arguments and evidence. Court decision. The court will decide whether the criteria for reopening have been met. Strict conditions. There are strict conditions and legal procedures. It's often advised to seek legal representation, and so forth like that. So I don't think it's just like some Joe Schmo can get a lawyer and be like, oh, we're going to go after NK. That's not how it's going to work. Like this one right here, area law group. Can a case be reopened after being closed? Yes. It sounds like, yes, it can be reopened, but it's going to be hard. And I feel that myself and thousands of YouTubers, Facebookers, and TikTokers and Instagram people have gone through every fine tooth and comb. There's very little that is being brought up that's new. We're just really trying to dissect the thing that's on, what is it called again? I'm having a brain fart. The document, the 2,000 page document that states everything in there, like reading it and listening to it, seeing what's been redacted and so forth. That makes it a lot clearer too. But the only way that this is going to be reopened is if somebody up high, DA level, what have you, is it going to make a difference? So, because somebody kept saying in my comments, they're like, well, you're never going to see this case reopen. Maybe. It may be never opened again. It might be quiet and it might stay closed for the rest of our natural lives. But wouldn't you want to know if she was involved in some shape or form? Maybe physical, maybe just to help, maybe clean up, maybe she knew about it. That's still an accessory to murder. So I just want to put that out there for you guys to take a look at and read together. But we're going to be getting to Patty Productions and take a look at this. It's enhanced audio, so he's up the audio so we could possibly, hopefully, hear a little bit better. And let's continue the video.
I really want to figure this out where I can do it. And they're like, I'm
this might be with that older guy that we've heard from before.
But also, like, not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here.
Very intense. Gets me all in the tense mode.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I have cleaned up the lawyer's phone call. I think it's a lawyer. It may be private investigator. Just spent 20 minutes talking to the camera and then realised I hadn't even put the volume on for the microphone. Schoolboy error.
I've done that before.
So welcome back and thank you very much. If you are returning, thank you very much. If you're brand new, hello. Once I've done this video, I've got a feature I want to do on a policeman from the Les Cruces Police Department. Just trying to figure out what I'm allowed to put on YouTube and what I'm not. I'll be doing a few live streams. I'll be doing live streams once we hit 1,000. I think we're at 570, I think, which is amazing after only a few weeks. I'll be honest, I was hoping to get 100 subs by Christmas. I have been making a note of the people that have been here from the beginning. I do recognise a couple of your names from commenting frequently, so thank you very much for getting involved. There is a buy me a coffee in the corner. I don't like to promote it. Somebody asked me about it, so I've put it there. I'm not going to promote it. I just appreciate everybody viewing. So this call, obviously Chris is fed up. What a shame. But he isn't going anywhere. What tends to happen is prisoners have got too much time in their hands, so they go to the library.
They have so much things to think about. And like he said, they go to the library, they study law, they think they know the law.
And they try and get themselves off on a technicality. As usual, have a look. Tell me what you think in the comments.
Quadruple homicide.
Yeah, is it just you or is Anna on also?
I'm here too.
All right.
The reason why I want to hear this, I think we've heard this one before, which I'm going to watch it again. I mean, there's how many things I've watched multiple times. But I want to hear, because it's been enhanced, if there's anything we might have missed, didn't hear, what have you, I definitely want to take a look. And for those that don't want to listen to another interview over and over and over again, I understand. No hard feelings. If you don't want to watch it, I understand.
Cool. All right. So just talk to me. I don't want to be the one monopolizing the conversation. So tell me what you want to know from me, or just tell me what's on your heart.
Well, just going to the law library as much as I have, I see a lot of cases. I've heard a lot of cases around here, guys. I see a lot of cases where the DA or the judge have had a lot of misconduct, but the judge has ruled.
I don't think I've heard this part.
Or it's not egregious enough, or it's not that that wow factor enough to really play in the defendant's favor. I'm looking at the things that I know. I mean, I've never dealt with a law school, but all this. I mean, I'm winging it in a law library as I am, and God directed me through little things like through the poisonous tree, the Brady law, and different cases that I've had this paperwork with me for probably a couple months, and I know I only have like a year left to appeal some of those Class B and C felonies at like a 3-year limit or 2-year limit, and I really want to figure this out where I can do it in the right time frame, but also like not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's to be in prison right now, but it's not stay here. Because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to do something on the outside. I know I just can't sit here and just wait. I know there's waiting, doing nothing, and there's waiting that seeking an action. But that's what I'm doing. But I also want to know.
Oh, this man's gonna be waiting a while. He's gonna be waiting a long time. This man thinks he's gonna get out for a quadruple homicide of his family. You're not going anywhere, dude. You are right where you need to be.
Know like what action to take, because I have no intellect when it comes to the law. But I know He can teach me, and that's what I'm just waiting for. Like things that fall in place, I still know how to do it.
I got you. And you don't have the benefit of an attorney that is in your hip pocket, so to speak. Okay, I've got a couple of attorneys here I can talk to that can.
So this guy is not even an attorney, is he?
Maybe help. Get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to,
Well, here we are 7 years later, and he's still not going anywhere.
Get the results, we want. It's going to take some time, but, I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know you're in a tough spot, and it's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So
it doesn't sound like this guy knows. Like we think he's the lawyer, but I don't think this guy's a lawyer.
I get it.
It's not everything, but I know in the law is like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or like whatever I write down, the judge might think, well, that's not what you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted a trial. You're not warranted to have the appeal granted, denied. I was like, well, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get disheartened when that happens. I know it's probably happen at some point, but not all motions or all appeals are granted. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. When it goes there, they see like, oh well, like, do I put everything down that I know, or just like I don't want to put everything down so they know everything that I'm on.
Well, okay. Let me address a couple of things in what you just said. First of all, you live in a closed society now. Every door is shut in your face. You cannot go from one. You go to one wall. You can't go further.
He's literally all he's doing is foreshadowing what Chris does every day.
You got to turn your left. You can't go any further. So you know what I'm saying? You're in this perpetual. This room with no door, so you cannot get through.
And guess who put Chris there? Himself.
You got that? You understand that? What I'm trying to say? So your world is controlled. You hear the word no probably more than you hear the word yes in that system. So one thing you need to be very accustomed to is being denied, being turned down, being told no. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some people will lose hope very, very quickly because everywhere they turn, every time they talk to someone, They're hearing things they don't want to hear. They're being told no. You can't do this. You can't have that. You can't go here. You can't go there. You're
Because they're prisoners. They put themselves there.
Whatever legal action you're trying to do.
The attorney's call may be monitored and recorded.
Whatever you're trying to do, you're always being told no. What you can't do is allow yourself to lose hope. Don't take no for an answer. And don't give up.
He doesn't really have an option. He's got to be told no a lot. It's not like he's going to be like, oh, can you guys let me out? Sure. They're going to get back in yourself.
The first time you're told no. You understand?
Yeah.
So the key in all this is you got to be strong. You got to be physically strong. You got to be mentally strong. And you've got to understand that, you know what? You're the underdog. But underdogs can win. They can be a dog in the fight. So I want you to get this attitude that no matter
I wonder why it keeps cutting out.
What you do, we're not going to take no for an answer. They tell us no, we're going to try again. They tell us no again, we're going to try again. You just got to keep persevering and don't lose hope, okay? Because I tell you what, you lose hope, you lose your life. All right? So just keep a positive attitude about all that, and keep.
You really can't keep a positive attitude.
Don't take any steps back. Just keep moving forward, even if it's a small step. Move forward and not backward. Okay.
Okay. Just like in my devotional today, it was mentioned Esther. It was a door of hope, and the Lord was speaking to Esther, and she was saying to the Lord, I've led you to the wilderness, but I will plant in that wilderness vineyards. If you go through the valley of Kor, which is the valley of trouble, I will put a door of hope. So even though you're in a wilderness, you're going to plant vineyards in that wilderness. So you're in the valley of trouble, there's going to be a door of hope in that trouble.
That's great. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep that up. Keep your nose in that book too.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what were you saying before we got cut off about?
And I think this is his girlfriend.
When he asked, I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about the evidence and your confession that wasn't true.
Which one?
I just know that, like, I've never experienced any collection before. Like, from the tragedy that happened, from the law enforcement, the interrogation, the jail, the prison, all this was new. All this was new. And I know that, even though I've never had something like this happen before, I knew the shock and the trauma was there in my mind. I didn't know how to process it. Every question that they asked me, I was just agreeing with them and just going along with what they said, because I was like, well, I guess you got to tell them something. And even when they came here to prison and interrogated me, they were in the street clothes acting like they were just talking to me, when in retrospect they were actually interrogating me again. And I know for a fact that, that interrogation and I used, because they were here in Wisconsin, they're all based. So all that is like null and void, but still, they're going to try to use all this stuff against me. But I know that from that interrogation,
by this time he was already sentenced and so forth, because he had the sentencing in November. They went out there and talked to him again in Wisconsin in February. So this interview that he's having on the phone with this gentleman is after February, obviously.
to the first one, and all that was like a coercive type psychological intimidation of someone that, had never been in that situation before, and they just used that to their advantage.
Well, Chris, what you witnessed firsthand is is a game. It's like getting back to the old biblical days where you've got the Roman soldier in the pen with, the little guy, and you're fighting for your life, and you don't know what to expect, but that's a terrible analogy.
What about the girls' lives? What about Shanann's life? They were fighting for their lives. What about Nico? He didn't get a chance at life. That's why I do these kind of videos, because they deserve life.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you just didn't know what was going on, and it's a game. That's what I tell so many people. This is a game that they're playing. You are the prey. They're the hunter. You're the prey, and they've got you exactly where they
Pray for some guy in prison named Butch.
Want you, and they're going to get, most times they're going to get what they want, because you know what? They keep you for hours. They deprive you of your basic needs, and as every second that you're with them in that chair and they're bearing down on you, your mind is actually deteriorating. Your mind is playing games against you.
Going crazy.
That's why we have so many times where people give confessions for things that they just did not do.
Oh, he did it.
It's because, you know what? They want to get out of there. They want to just tell them what they need to know, what they're asking, what they're interested in, so they can get out and go home. Well, you know what? Guess what doesn't happen? They don't go home. And their life is forever changed. So
this guy's given Chris way too much credit, and is giving him, obviously, the idea of, oh, I can get out of here. No, you can't.
It's
after I told them what they wanted to hear, then they offered me food.
Exactly.
So strange. But the thing I know, like where you're talking about playing a game, is when the TBI agent and the FBI agent, like when the TBI person, the woman, when she questioned me for hours, and then after those hours of interrogation, she puts me on a polygraph. And then I'm exhausted at this point. And then after that, I'm sitting there alone, and I hear them. It's the phone intercom doesn't pick it up. I hear them outside the door. The FBI agent comes up. Oh, how did you do? And she said, "Oh, we did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of them." And they come in with this game face. Saying, "Okay."
They purposely say that to give him. They're doing reverse psychology on him, and he's falling victim to it.
Right. I'm thinking to myself, wait, I thought you just sounded pretty good. And I didn't question about it. I just believe what you said, and they said I made it. But I know for a fact she said, you did pretty good. But I think we get some more out of them. I'm just like, I'll only think about this stuff way after it happens.
All right, Chris, that's a little game. I can tell you for a fact that they did not administer the polygraph in the proper way. You should have been on the top of your game, mentally, physically, spiritually, when they gave you that polygraph. You should have had a good night's rest. You should have, before they gave you that polygraph. So I don't trust the polygraph. I don't trust the results. And they use that as a hammer over your head to scare you, because the polygraph scares everyone because of its reputation. We can talk more about that later.
Finding the truth.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking another call. I think got like 30 seconds left, but I
making another call or taking another call. So there's other ones. I want to know if they have been recorded and released at all.
Know that God can lead me on how to write this thing up to get it back, and I know that thank you for helping me and just going to that discovery. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you're doing it. And I just believe that God.
So Chris isn't going to get out. He's in for 3-4 life sentences. There is talk of, oh my God, he should never get out. Why is he getting out? Why is he even thinking about it? Why is he talking too long? He's never going to get out. Every single prisoner goes to the library, gets the law books, and becomes a star lawyer. They think they can look at a technicality on their case, get themselves out, and they're going to go be home within a year. It doesn't happen like that. Oh, they didn't sign this witness statement. They didn't sign that. They didn't sign this form. Evidence wasn't stored properly. It doesn't work like that. It's for genuine people who have genuine technicalities, genuine problems when they've been convicted. It's not for the likes of Chris Watts. At some point we'll be doing some live streams as well. That'll be good. I'm just trying to figure out Discord for the channel as well. Once again, I appreciate every single viewer, every one of you. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, most of all, don't have nightmares. If that hasn't recorded, that'll be the third time, and I'm gonna flip a lid.
Like his outtakes.
At some point I would like to do some live streams as well. I hope that was on. I swear to God. I've been looking at Summer Wells, Sebastian Rogers, Lillian Jack, I think. Madeline Soto. I'll have to double check that, but I think it's Lillian Jack. I'm trying to get the channel better each video I go along. Try to make an improvement on the scenery, as you can see behind me.
Well, with that being said, yeah, the first part, obviously, we wanted to talk about is Chris Watts getting out. He is not getting out, okay? I don't know who keeps saying he's getting out, but he's not getting out. The other part with the case possibly reopened, any case could be reopened if it needed to be because of those reasons that we talked about before. And people are like, well, it's been lawfully closed and sealed. Like, what is it in a vault where nobody can see it because they threw it in the water? I mean, I don't know how these people think that this case can't reopen. It's going to be difficult to open it, but it can be reopened. I just think it's going to be years down the road. We're not looking at like a few weeks, a couple months. We're looking years down the road. But hopefully there's something that will come up, or some type of DNA that or how they say it, comes from the earth. I don't think that's the saying that they say. But yeah, something hopefully will come about this one day, and that we've been looking at all these videos and we'll actually find some hardcore evidence that supports NK being involved. Speculating again. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please take care, be safe. Don't forget to go over to Patty Productions and give your love as well. We'll see you guys in the next one. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next one.